Alright guys, we are kicking things off as an astrologer so that we can get that extra mind and intelligence. And we're going with a female character, so we have a smaller hitbox. I actually do not know if that actually matters in Elden Ring or not. I have never really seen it matter or not, but if you don't want to get hit because you're a caster, you want the smallest frame possible. So we'll knock this out real quick. And we actually picked, instead of doing the golden seed, which we can worry about later, we went with the imps because we don't want to get hit. So whenever we have the ability to use the imps, we will. And this is just, I just wanted to check here and just see how good, I know Glintstone Pebble is not a very good spell in general, but I was just curious with just base stats how we kind of matched up against the Grafted Scion. Yeah, we didn't, but that's fine. Went and grabbed the golden seed that we surpassed on the first time. And we are headed over to get our Wondrous Physic. And the Sacred Tear, talk a little bit, and then we are going to check into the Round Table Hold just so that we have that. And then back into the real world to try to cheese the Knights Cavalryman here. And this, I've never seen before. This guy just straight up wasn't having it. He just disappears and then reappears over there. Whatever. Moving on. Radagon Sword Seal. Get killed by the rats. Just another day in the wonderful lands between. Grab that. Grab the Staff of Loss. Light the torches. 1, 2. And a 3. Alright, and that will unlock our Shadow Wall. That way we can get Night Comet, which is going to be our base spell. I've never done a Night Comet build before, but pretty much everything is in the town of Caelid. You need the Staff of Loss here. You need the Lustat Staff here. And you need Night Comet. They're all here. And actually, you'll see it here in a little bit when we get it, but even the Meteorite Staff is in Caelid. So, which I guess makes sense. That's where the town is, but usually you get everything spread out a little bit. Alright, we took our first go at Margit. I think we're like level 27 right now. We almost had him. Almost had him. No worries. Go get the Meteorite Staff. I thought we could float for a little bit without it, but that's fine. And then we want to get a little bit of poise because he's just hitting us way too hard. So we're going to run down through the college basement here, and we're going to grab the Carrion Knight set, and we'll kill the dragon. That'll give us some runes. Back to Margit. We're still using Glintstone Pebble because we do not have the stats to wield Night Comet just yet. But second try win. And at 39. Not too bad. Alright, next. I'm gonna talk to Nefeli and go and fight the guy who loves his people so much he put them on himself. Brings a whole new meaning to the words, bring your friends to the party. And I didn't realize, because I only ever do this fight as like melee, but when you're doing this with like a weak-ass spell like Glintstone Pebble, man, he just has so much health. And like, we're not hitting him hard. We're not hitting him, we're not hitting him bad. We're hitting him pretty good. I mean, you're talking about, and that's 250 on the regular, but I mean, there you go. As it stacks up, that's what's nice about it, you know. But we're not hitting bad. It's just that when you're used to being melee and you can just punish him, like this just takes forever. And we have some times in this run we almost die just because we run out of or get close on blue juice. And that's the second time in a row that we have had our summons die. But thankfully the armor is really helping. And leaving the helmet off allows us to stay low as far as weight. But first try win. Alright, next on to our regular challenges here. Now I will say, Magic just melts the Tree Sentinel. And thing 1 and thing 2, while they don't do a ton of damage, they do a heck of a job just keeping him distracted. I'll tell you, I see there's an attack right here. I've never seen this attack before. I've always fought this guy as melee. Or been high enough to like basically like two-shot him as a caster. So I've never seen that attack before, and he hits me with it twice. There it is again. But still, first try win. On to the next. Time for a freebie. We've struggled so much, let's just come into Gilka, get an easy win, and move on. And look at that damage! We literally almost died to Gilka. That is an embarrassment. Thank you, roll. But again, thing 1 and thing 2, they keep her distracted, and we get the talisman. That's a key talisman to have as a caster, because your goal is not ever to be hit. Now we're working on Vari's quest, and the only reason I even put this in here is because this is the first time I've ever won a PvP. Like, whenever you try to do PvP, you always get like ganked, and there's only like 2 or 3 of them. But if you don't know, when you do PvP, the world you enter, the guys don't fight you. So the Tree Sentinel and I were on the same side, which was pretty cool. Alright, now some redemption. Let's see how this goes this time. We're still using Glintstone Pebble. But this time we got flasks. And we're already got them down more than we had in the first time. So, and I gotta tell you, like, I know it's like a lighter weight armor, but I'm incredibly impressed with this armor set, because the poise is actually pretty good. I think the poise is like in the 30s. So it's nothing like having like a full strength build where you have somewhere between like 60 and 80. But for doing what it needs to do, it does it well. But this is a caster, so we got to do a little bit of grinding. And so that's what we're doing here. Just going to grind a little bit, grind this bird a little bit. We need some levels. Next, the Crystallion goes fine, but we did die twice just trying to get to him as we fought on the shafts. No big deal with Lustat, or getting the staff rather. The knocks are pretty much of a joke, especially once you have that Night Comet. Great thing about being able to get Lustat staff though is that it cranks that damage way up, but it also cranks up how much FP you use. It's brutal on FP. So you have to make absolutely certain you can land those hits. But Onyx Lord goes fine. Poison the Tree Sentinel. And we're on to the Putrid Avatar. No, sorry, not the Putrid Avatar, the Erdtree Avatar. I died once to this guy, but we got it the second time. Not too bad though, we're only rocking 6 deaths at this point. So we are headed back to college. And we're going to beat up a wolf. I always think this fight's pretty cool, just because he's kind of a glass cannon. Doesn't really have a whole lot of life. He just but he moves around so erratically. That's the challenge, which I think is kind of neat. But we drop him pretty easy. And that allows us to come up here and get our talisman. Big one for casters right there. Alright, back in here. I just struggled. You know what I mean? I just struggled. Never been a caster at low enough level. I mean, I've respect, you know, for momentary stuff, but never been a caster at a low enough level to have to do Renala. And it didn't really dawn on me at first that she's actually, like, immune to magic. So, like, I was already irritated, like, just trying to find the kids, because I truly hate the first part of this. But it dawned on me about right here when I, one, couldn't target her, and then there's, like, not enough damage being done at all. Like, I hardly did. So I quit out, and we tried it again with the sword. I figured if I could just impale, get through phase 1, then I could just call the, call thing 1 and thing 2 in for phase 2, but I just started getting lit up, so I just called this. Like, forget it, we'll just come back later. So I went ahead and just quit out. On to Radagon. And Radagon actually goes surprisingly smooth. Like, he was getting melted. We're doing some serious damage to Radagon. We didn't one-cycle him. You know, he's still got a little bit left. But I was not at all upset about this. And, now, we did get one death here because when we came in the first time, I rode past the summons, and when I turned around, he just hit me and I didn't have the poise. But basically, as far as tries go, we got it on the first try. And then we were off to play around down below. Do some grocery shopping here. Pick up a couple of things that we needed. And then back to upgrade the Mimic a little bit. And more grocery shopping takes us over to Carrion Manor. What's funny is, this is like one of those places where it doesn't really offer anything. Like, we're not looking for the Sword of Night and Flame. And, you know, Ronnie's quest, we're really only doing it because we're already going to be down there, like, grinding to get the materials we need for the Mimics here anyway. Because I usually don't worry about doing Ronnie's quest. Like, after you've done it once, you've done it enough. So, you know, this is basically just one of those, like, out of the way, but it's required kind of things. It's not as brutal as, like, running the 20 minutes to, like, get to the fire giant to get beat up, but it is, it's just a necessary evil. So, we knock out Loretta pretty quick, and then we're headed over to see Ronnie. And work our way through all that jazz. So... And I never remember the exact angle of, like, the point and just go that way. I don't know why. I think it's just because I don't want to get knocked off the horse by the dragon. And I just try to, like, save time, so you just burn through here real quick. And the other reason I sit down to that grace is because sometimes if you don't, the wolves will actually come in. And they're just annoying, so. But anyway, up we go, and there's Ronnie. And then back down below. I was actually already down here once, but I realized that I hadn't talked to Ronnie, and you actually cannot open this chest unless you've talked to Ronnie. So it'll just stage click, it'll just tell you, like, you're not worthy or something. So I had to go get Ronnie, go talk to Ronnie, and then come back down so that I could get this knife so she could kill her buddy. So there we go, give it to Ronnie. And then we're going to run over and get Ronnie set here in just a minute. This part right here is actually kind of funny. I never go back up to see Ronnie. Like, after the first time I beat the game, like, I never went back up. I actually forgot this, so I was just coming here to check. They actually put, like, a grace down when Ronnie disappears. So I never really thought about that, like, that the grace, like, that they put the grace down. So I actually just went up there just to see if the grace was there, but he told me it was. It's like, why would they even put it there? There's one below. But they do. So Anyway, back over to where Loretta was so that we can head over to the other tower and get Ronnie set. And I think the thing about Ronnie's set though, I think Ronnie's set is like super cool on Ronnie. Like, it's just one of those things to where, like, I don't even know if I showed it in the video or not, but I kind of like try to play with it and like put it on, and I couldn't do it. Like, it's, I don't know, it just doesn't look right if it's not on Ronnie. Like, I just think it looks strange. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so I do show it, but like, it's just odd, like, to put it on and then be like, oh well, like, it is what it is. Okay, I guess I was just looking at it, but it looks really good on Ronnie. It doesn't look good on anybody else. But I've seen people wear it. People do like it. I actually saw online at one point that it's like one of people's favorite sets as far as cloth sets go. So that's pretty cool. All right, we're down to the console because what we're trying to do here is we're just still grocery shopping. We're just trying to pick up all those materials that we need, those glove warts and stuff for our summons. I got a little confused here. I actually turned too soon. I should have went through that archway over there. So I was like, wait a minute, I haven't seen this. So I had to start again, head back over the right way. I don't know what happened. I think I just got distracted, but oh well. Everybody has a first day. I've never been hit by that flower before, but when I saw the madness come up, I was like, well, that's just bizarre that the flower would throw that. But anyway, past Junior there, get our number 7. Then we're headed back down. This pass is actually not too bad, actually. Like, once you get past this kind of smaller Estelle, like, it's not too awful bad. Like, for the most part, the ants kind of stay out of the way, and then, like, once you get down through here and go through the archway, you can drop down to the Grace, and they'll all go away. And so that's what we're going to do, just to make sure they don't follow us, and just come down here and hit the Grace real quick. And then, there we go. And then we'll head back up here, and we'll grab the other, I think it's a number 6, right outside here. And I used to run by this thing all the time, and just never really pay attention that it was actually there. But it's right here. So if you ever need Ghost Glove Ward 6, it's literally right there before you run into Noxtella. So from here, I'm going to continue our shopping. Because the whole point of being down here, since we don't really need anything else, there's a lot actually down here if you're actually like really want to invest in like playing like every bit about the game and like exploring a bunch of stuff. And there's some cool items down here that have some neat lore. But we're just after these little flowers, and we take an L right here to the mean fluckers. And there it is. That's 8. Whatever. No one's perfect. Ugh. Damn flubbers. I truly hate those things. Like, I truly hate those things. I know that the lore tells you that, like, that's their goal, was, like, Mimic Tears were, like, their goal. Like, they were trying to, like, create, like, new leaders and everything. And the lore is super cool. And, but, man, they are annoying. And if you didn't have to, like, jump, like, inside, like, where they are right there to get that number 8, like, you could boast through this place so quick. Because, like, even right here, like, you get spotted when you go down for the 9. But it doesn't even make any difference. Like, he doesn't follow you in here. He never, like, has followed me in there, at least. Coolest elevator in the game. Alright, around here, grab the 9. Alright, and there we go. Okay, now we can leave, because that's all that's there. And time to do some upgrading. Boom, 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 boom. We have the grate because you get it from Ronnie when you give her the knife, but I actually think you get it with the knife. I don't know, I can't remember, but cash some cash some of our savings in here. Way we can afford to pay for our buddy. Like, I've tried a whole bunch of like summons over the years, and there's some awesome ones in the game. Like, the Mimic is not the only awesome one. It's just the best one I found for doing like these runs, like for YouTube. But some other great ones like Teach, she's awesome. Flo is awesome. Down actually when you first get inside Noxtella, the tower shield guys right there, is like 5 of them. They're terrific. I actually considered using them, but like I was hitting so hard with Night Comet that I was like, man, if I had 2 of me, we would just melt everything, and we basically do. We get a reality check in a little bit for sure. We definitely get a reality check in a little bit, but at this point, you know, it's going pretty good. I mean, we're getting ready to fight the Shade, and we're literally at 8 deaths. We are only 8 deaths in the entire game, and 2 of them are from falling down the damn shaft trying to get to the Stallion, because that is a truly, truly terrible tunnel. But 8 to be this far in, to be like here at the capital in District 1, like it's not bad. Like, it's not just for especially for being a caster and like having low poise and everything like that. Like, it's not bad at all to only be sporting like 8 deaths. And I attribute a lot of that to the fact that, like, unlike a lot of streamers, like, I'm willing to go grind, like legitimately grind, like not just kill a bunch of like random like bosses, because I've done the math, right? And like, if you go and you kill a bunch of bosses, like a bunch of like Erd Tree avatars and things, like, you waste so much more time than just grinding the bird. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, if you grind the bird, you're getting 11,000 without the scarab, 13,000 plus with the scarab. And you can literally kill it about 12 times in a minute. So like, it's just, I know it's monotonous and it's like dull, but the time savings is just next to none. I mean, when we get done, you're actually going to see that, like, I beat this game like 5 hours quicker than with the strength build. Now, I did take one more L here the first time trying to get down to like the sewers so that I can get like Moog's Shackle. But that's because, and I think we can all agree, that Archer is bullshit. Like, you can get past the night, you can just roll past the night, but that Archer is absolute dog water. So he got me good the first time, but I got the runes back the second time, so that's fine. Can't have it too awful easy. I mean, we're still only 9 deaths in, and Capital Part 1 is done. So we are headed down now. And people don't like this run right here, like past the rats and everything. I've never had a problem. I think maybe I did at one point and I just like have forgotten about it. But as long as you stay to the right, like this game's codex is usually like stay to the left and survive. But like as long as you stay to the right when you come into the sewers, like it's usually fine. So here we're at level 130 right now. So we do finish this game higher level than the strength build. But we finish it quicker because of that grinding. This is the easiest I've ever done this platforming, by the way. I usually have 3 or 4 deaths to the platforming right there. Like, I couldn't miss. I don't know what was going on. I played most of this run I actually did in like 1 day. Like, I think this run took me like across 2 days, but I've been like really busy with like just life. So it's been a while for me to upload it, but like, it's like two days to do this run. But then right now, you're going to see that, you're going to see right about now, as that karma that I was talking about, that reality check, it's about to hit in. Go ahead and watch that number in the top, that number 9. Watch what that jumps to in 3, 2, 1, now. Listen, there are all kinds of bosses in this game that people hate. From the Godskin Noble, to Rykard, to Radagon, to the Duo, to Maliketh, to Melania. For me, it is the Fire Giant. I detest this fight so much. Like, if I could pay someone else to do only this part of the game for me, I would incredibly consider that. I hate this fight. As a caster, it's absolute misery in Phase 2. Phase 1's not bad. Like, you just stay underneath of him. You can spam the ankle. Like, you can see it pretty quick. Phase 2 is awful. It's just terrible. You'd think it wouldn't be. Like, you'd think you'd be able to hit the head more, but you can't really, like, get the horse in there very well. Like, it's miserable. I die so many times to this guy, and I'm spoiled because the first time I ever played this game, I was a blood samurai, and I cooked this dude. Like, just annihilated this dude. And, but this has just been, it's been rough. Like, it's been really rough. And, like, the next build that I'm going to put out is the Archer build. And the fight got so bad for the Archer, like, I had to swap out. Like, I had to, the reason I bring up the Samurai, like, I did, when I put the next one up, the Archer build, it's on an NG+ account, off of the Blood Samurai. And I literally, like, put the heavy armor back on, grabbed the Nagakiba to get it done, because I was suffering so bad. Like, I truly hate this fight. And then, so after that, I'm like, hey, I need to pick me up. So, we'll go get the Moog tier. A little bit of foreshadowing here. I forget to use both the tier and the shackle. Like, went to get them both out of the way. I forgot to use both of them. So, like, we go into Moog. Right when I drank the physic right there, I was like, wait a minute. I drank the physic, and I'm like, I forgot to load anything up. So, we just go against Moog. No shackle, no physic. And I have done this without the shackle. I usually do without the shackle. Because I think if you're good enough and you know the fight well enough and you do enough damage, the shackle doesn't really help you that much because you can just burn through phase 1. But, like, he almost doesn't get a phase 2. But we just drink through it. It's no big deal. Like I said before, like, Moog is like one of my favorite fights in the game. Like, I truly love this fight. I love how, like, Mikola has him bewitched, that he thinks he's gonna, like, take over, like, and it's just a cool arena. But now we take a bunch of L's. Let's count them. Looking good, right? Like, we're like, hey, we're gonna be alright. No, we're not gonna be alright, because I'm an idiot. 1.
Hold on. How the hell did that happen?
Yeah. That's regular, Chris. Let's listen and see how mad that guy gets. Like, he seemed okay the first time.
Yeah, as far as jumps go in this game, yeah, that was a pretty easy jump that I missed there.
Yeah, that was a pretty easy one you missed there, buddy. You're exactly right. You've only done this 100 times.
Really? I want to fix.
Yeah, you got ended. You gotta pay attention, buddy. You're in light load. You should be moving. Let's see how well he does the third time around. Looks like real-time Chris is playing it a little safer this time.
Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah, you did that. Nice job, real-time Chris.
Yeah. It's like 110,000.
Yeah, you did. You lost that many runes. That's correct.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing? So what was funny is I actually got so frustrated that I actually forgot to record the Godskin Duo fight. So, like, here's Maliketh. And if you've seen the other video already, this one goes in like 1 minute. Like, the Godskin Duo didn't take a lot longer than about 2 minutes. But we really take our frustration out for the platforming and the Fire Giant on Maliketh. Like, this is absolutely insane. Like, once we get out of the way, it's over. I have truly never had a Maliketh fight like a Night Comet Maliketh fight. Like, there's nothing to this. I think the entire fight time was like 49 seconds. And then we're back off to take on Gideon. And like, had I not run out of blue juice, like, it'd have been over. Look at that. Like, nothing. I have just enough for him to get like one off, and it's over. But like, it's just enough to give him hope and then take it away. So then we're into Horaloo. And if you think Maliketh was easy, man, Godfrey to Horaloo, like, is so simple. Like, I always know that I have to trade on there. If I want to get the Mimic out early, I got to trade right there. And I knew I had the ability to take that hit. So smooth on that jump. And I'm terrible at those jumps, but that one was just awesome. And I'm just blowing, like, Lestat's is awesome. Like, that's a great staff. But man, you just drain blue juice, like, right and left. Like, I carry like 3 healing flasks, and everything else is blue. Like, because you just blow through them so quick. You get such a boost from the damage, but you just blow through. You blow through mana. And after that, we hit Radagon. And I'll be honest with you, Radagon went pretty good. Like, Radagon went pretty good. Like, I was consistently getting to Elden Beast. And anybody who watches this channel enough knows, like, I struggle with Elden Beast. Like, I don't know what it is. I struggle with Elden Beast. So, after I, like, got to him, like, 2 or 3 times, I kind of just wanted to finish the stream so I could have it done in 2 days. So, like, yeah, we burned Maliketh right here. Like, it was so cool. Like, you usually don't see Maliketh, like, just stick to the Mimic tier and kind of, like, leave you alone. But, like, that, honestly, like, that one hammer shot's the only thing he really came after me with. Like, we did this okay. Like, and the Mimic's actually taking hits from Maliketh pretty easy. Like, the holy damage isn't hitting him too much, and we just melt him. But after a couple losses to the Elden Beast, you know, we called in a buddy. And, we called, well, 2 buddies, I guess. But, we just got through Maliketh. Like, they basically were hanging out. Like, I cooked Radagon, and then, and they just gave him something to swing at. And then, but I needed them to, like, tank for me against the Elden Beast, because, like, no matter how close I would get, like, I just couldn't take all the hits from Elden Beast. Like, the poise just isn't there. So I let these guys kind of tank for me. Went back to the old World of Warcraft ways.
Now this dude is the one I've been having problems with. I can get through Radagon on my own, but this dude is just ruining my life.
And like, you guys can see, like, we can drop damage on this guy. Like, damage is not the problem. It's like being able to, like, keep him distracted long enough to cast like continuous damage is where we were having issues. But these guys, like, they really stepped up and, like, really helped with that. Gave him something else to swing at. Now, they don't do a ton of damage, either one of them, and the one guy died almost instantly. But this guy one punch, I mean, he doesn't do a massive amount of damage himself, but he does such an amazing job at just keeping him occupied so that I can just come in and just melt. Yeah, I see you. Freaking space whale. And then I'm thinking, like, I'm the one doing all the damage. Like, that thing is coming for me. But then, like, the rings never come. So I turn around, and, like, the rings are after him for some reason. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess, technically, I guess he had the aggro, but, I mean, I'm the one melting you, and you're going after, like, this dude who's doing next to nothing. Like, this really was, like, I mentioned World of Warcraft. Like, this truly was, like, a World of Warcraft scenario. Like, you would send, like, your warrior or your paladin in to, like, tank. Like, I mean, a really, like, early Warcraft, like, back in vanilla. and like they would just take the hits. They didn't do a ton of damage, but like your DPS just melts them. And that's basically what we went to. Like that's how we did it. And you know, there's this faux pas, you know, in our community about like using like friends or like spirit summons. Like people say it's not the way to play the game. The hell it's not. There's a summon outside of every boss arena, and spirit summons is literally one of the first things you get. Like Miyazaki and Martin, they want you to, they want it to be social. Like they want it to be a social game. They want you to have fun. There's no wrong way to play it. Night Rain and how that is set up really shows us that. So like this was a fun run. Like this was a blast. I had to do Fire Giant myself. I had to prove to myself that it could be done as a caster, as brutal as it was. And you know, we finished this thing with 25 deaths at level like 142, like in less than 15 hours. Like, so if you want to round it up, 15 hours. So I mean, we did really well, and you know, I'm not mad about it. And think about that, of those 25, I mean 6 of those are to falling, you know, 2, you know, going for the Crystallion in the tunnel, and then the other 4 Ephraim Azula. So, you know, not bad. I mean, you're talking about if you can take off 6 and call it 19, that's not how we grade it. Like, a mistake is a mistake. But it's 19 to the game, and 6 to me being an idiot.
Thanks, big dog.
And there you have it. So we finished it at 142, just shy of 15 hours. And then here's the equipment we used and all the spec and everything if you guys want to take screenshots. So hope you guys liked it. Thanks for watching. Hyper Falcon here. If you liked today's video, please hit like and subscribe. Click that little bell to get notifications when we post new videos. I appreciate all the support. Doesn't cost you anything. Not asking for anything other than just continuing to be a member of the channel. So like and subscribe. Helps the channel. Helps me bring you content. Thank you. Peace out.